up another one. Words got me feeling numb, like where this all come from. Say you need more love and other things got my attention. And no, you're not wrong, and some things need my addressing.
All right, boom. So we're here, Trinakaye interview, KNZ Media. We're gonna get it started nice and easy with some introductions from both y'all. Let us know who you are, what y'all about, and what y'all do out here. So start with Trina.
I'm Trinakaye. I'm an engineer and artist and born and raised in Worcester.
Okay, copy.
Benzo. I'm a producer, songwriter, musician. I also go by Benzo. That's my stage name for when I make music. But yeah.
Word.
That's me.
Appreciate it. So, cool. Why we're here, what we doing, right? My girl Trina just dropped this tape, Kameo. I got 5 quick questions. I want you to answer as fast as possible.
Okay.
Just about the album, favorite songs, some sleepers, inspiration, stuff like that, right? But we're gonna go quick and easy into it. Ready?
Gotcha.
All right. So, describe your album in 3 words. Go.
Nostalgic, sensitive, and private.
Okay. Boom. I like that. Favorite song on the album?
Love songs,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay. What's the #1 sleeper on the album?
Messages you're sending.
Okay. And then the inspiration for the name Kameo.
My mom wanted my artist name to be Kameo, and I was like, well, we decided not to. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll name that my project for her. And then it ended up being like a double entendre, like Kameo for making a quick entrance, and then Kameo as far as like what the album covers.
Okay. Copy. And then last but not least, I'm an artist. I like art. What's your inspiration for the cover art? I like the kind of view y'all got going on.
He actually came up with that. He designed it and created it.
Yeah.
Because cameos are also a type of old-fashioned necklace. So he made it look like I was in like a necklace type of thing. So
not only a double entendre,
Yeah,
but you came with the visuals too.
yeah.
She kind of had like the vision. I've always been at like graphic design, so she kind of just gave me the direction.
Word. Bet that. So that was a quick fast 5. Did it perfectly, executed. Mwah, beautiful. All right, so now some questions for both of y'all, right? Describe y'all's like process for creating this tape, for creating Kameo. Like, go into the background, like what y'all did, what songs y'all worked on first, like the overall timeline and stuff like that.
So I know like as far as like how the project was gonna and correct me if I'm wrong, because it was a while ago working on
Yeah.
this. But we weren't entirely sure like how we were gonna execute it. Like we kind of were just planning as we were going.
Yeah.
So I remember she was kind of ready to like get like all the songs out and just like start working on music. But we never really had any real direction. But we started with Help It, and then kind of like everything just started flowing from there. I remember just sending her some beats, and she was telling me like beats that she was rocking with, and then so we just kept pushing after that.
I think it was like a very push and pull like relationship. I think we bounce off each other's ideas very well. So we would have like our own separate ideas, and then when we'd meet up, it would kind of combine and it would just work very well. There was no timeline. I really don't. I think our first project, we like were stressing the dates and everything, and this time we were just like, let's just do it, and when it's ready, it's ready.
Yeah. So this one was more of like y'all were creative not only with the work that y'all was doing, but also with the scheduling to kind of make sure that y'all was doing.
Yeah, it was honestly like it was like a planned, but yet it was still winged at the same time. It was weird.
We planned to meet up, and that's about it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But like ideas were flowing.
Yeah. Y'all were able to creatively like work with each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
A whole lot of like chemistry.
Right. Describe y'all's creative relationship a little bit. Like, what makes y'all work well? What are things that you think y'all do well?
No lie, she is really good at taking criticism. A lot of people, not like for real. Like, I've worked with a lot of artists, musicians, like even producers. It's like there's a lot of people that don't like to, like hear what other people's opinions are,
Yeah.
And it's like I feel like that's like it's essential as a musician to hear like criticism.
Yeah.
You don't have to take it, you could always, but it's always good to like be responsive to it, and then just go from there. And she's really good at that. And like with me, like I'm a person that like I'm a perfectionist, so it's like I like to like say what could be better, but it's like at the same time I allow her to have creative direction in everything she does, but she trusts like my ear, so it's like it's a great relationship because of it.
Yeah, I would say trust is like a big part of it. He reached out to me originally, like way back then, about doing music. He's the first person to like, let's work together. And I think he knows what I'm capable of. And sometimes I'll make something, I'm like, yeah, this is it. And then I'll send it to him. He's like, that's not it. And I'm like, nah, you're right, because I could do better. I see where I do have the potential to grow and learn. And I think, I'm not gonna lie, like the criticism at first is hard to hear, but when it comes from somebody who does have your best interest at heart and wants the same things that you want and wants to go in the same direction that you go in, it's much easier to take, and it's much easier to kind of regroup and redo what you're doing. And yeah, I think the main thing about it is like trusting each other's artistic opinions in general. So
Back. Okay. So kind of moving away from the album specifically and just getting into y'all as people, right? What are some of y'all's like music influences? Like if you could give like a top 3, top 5, I'm not gonna limit you to it, but like where do y'all get your main music influences from?
So like the biggest one for me, and like a big like catalyst on why I like even do music today is Kanye. Like I'm a big like Kanye because I love his like work. I like his like approach, even how he like looks at music. His appreciation for music, and it kind of like it rubs off on me too because like I'm a big fan of hip hop and like R&B and but it's like I have appreciation for like every genre. If it's music, then it's like
there's a love
it stimulates the mind. So so it's like there's an appreciation for it all around. So it's like I can dabble in anything. So he's like probably one of the biggest. Another person is probably like Drake, like great songwriter, and that's a major influence on me. Yeah, but those are like the main key ones that I look up to. I'm like, all right, yeah.
That's a hard question. I feel like at any given day I can be influenced by a different artist for many different reasons. I think right now though, like this era I'm in, the Kameo era, I was definitely influenced by a lot of these trap soul artists, like Bryson Tiller, Drake, Party Next Door. I think that they can hit this very niche type of song or music where it's not R&B, it's not rap or hip hop, but it's very much that single lane that not a lot of people really be doing too much. And I think they all do things in different ways. Like Drake is a great storyteller, he's a great songwriter. Yeah. I think Party Next Door is really good with how he like comes onto a song melodically. He does a lot of different things and isolated things that not a lot of artists do. And then, Bryson Tiller is like really the face of trap soul. And I think, in 2015 when he dropped that, I mean, that's like the staple for all of that type of music. So
yeah. Word. All right, cool. So thinking about the future a little bit, like what's next up? Like what are the things that y'all want to do next?
I want to perform. I want to do shows and get out there and reach audiences and get with other artists a lot more and do like joint shows, joint projects and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I could definitely second that. Just like reach a broader audience. Like like I said, I'm big on just like music. So it's like when I make music, I don't make music for like people that like hip hop, people that like this, people like that. I make music for people that like music. You know what I mean? So it's like even though like you're not necessarily a fan of hip hop, the genre, or a fan of R&B, or a fan of whatever it is, whatever I'm making. Because you are a fan of music and just like good music and you can just appreciate it, that's kind of where I'm trying to aim for. So yeah.
So and this could be, think about like locally here in Worcester or worldwide, right? What are 2 artists you could see yourself working with, or like you would want to work with? Would be your dream to work with?
Oh my gosh.
Don't worry, you take a second. Yeah.
Is this pertaining to just producing for or like actually getting on an actual
Like
song?
getting on a track.
Getting on a song? Okay,
Yeah.
so we're talking, okay. I would want to get on a song with Drake, for real. Because I feel like I'll wash him.
Say what you said.
You feel me? Like, yeah, I honestly feel like I would wash him. But like, in a way where it's like, he's like setting the tone, but like, I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
believe in myself that much.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
You have the confidence to go in and just. I feel it.
I feel like for me that's obviously another answer, Drake obviously, but I think, I really like Black, like Brent Fayez. I think that if I could get into that type of scene, first, that would be great. They also are like a huge influence as well on like my music, and I think that if once I can like kind of perfect my craft a little bit more, like I could definitely hang with people like that.
Okay, cool. So let's talk where we from, right? This is Worcester, Massachusetts. What do y'all think about the Worcester creative scene now? And like, we could talk specifically in like the music industry, but then, break it out and see what the whole vibe is looking like. Like, let me know. Give me a bird's eye view into what's going on.
You want to go? You want to answer?
I mean, I feel like you're a little bit more tapped into it than I am, for sure.
Alright, okay. So with this, you see, I don't even like to limit like the Worcester music scene because I feel like Worcester is like it's very like not a lot, because a lot of people don't know Worcester. I like to like kind of like when I tell people I'm an artist, I like to brand myself as a New England artist or not really even so a Massachusetts artist. I'm a New England artist, and it's like I feel like the New England scene as a dynamic, there's a lot of like cultures here, and I feel like that because of that, like I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm like my main genre is Afrobeat when I make music, so I realized there's like the rise of Afrobeat because of like there's been a rise of Afrobeat over the years, and it's like I feel like that like New England as a collective, like there's a big a potential, like there's potential for like the Afrobeat scene to really grow here just because of like the amount of cultures and ethnicities that are here, and it's like honestly, I really want to capitalize on that. That's why I'm an advocate for Afrobeat. I mean, I try to put people onto Afrobeat as much as I can, because like if you like, I know in Worcester there's a large Ghanaian, Kenyan demographic. If you go to Boston, there's a large Nigerian, East African demographic. So it's just like it's honestly similar to like I have family out in the UK. The UK. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, and I see what Afrobeat is doing over there, and it's like there's a nasty narrative around like New England and Massachusetts that's like I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's like Massachusetts artists are always taking from other, we don't have our own, and it's like I feel like this is an opportunity for
to differentiate.
To differ because this is something that an Atlanta can't do, and a New York can't do, a Cali, like just like these like because like we have ties, so, you know what I'm saying?
I think the sound can still be developed.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And at the same time, we're still influenced by the culture around us here, so we can kind of have our own brand of it.
Exactly.
But it's just a thought.
Okay. We got that on tape. Take record, take note of that.
For sure.
You know what I mean? All right, so
I feel like for me, I don't really have a bird's eye view on it. I feel like I'm still very much on the ground, like behind closed doors. I think, him being involved in Afrobeats and being able to connect with culture here is like really amazing. I think because I'm more doing kind of a trap soul vibe, most of my love is outside of Worcester. And so it's very hard for me to connect with people here, I think, or like reach people here. I think there's so many different artists and I feel like I don't really fit into any particular box. So I think for me, I want to be better myself to kind of maybe get people more interested in that type of lane, that type of genre in Worcester. Also not, like he said, I'm not really trying to confine myself into any box, like label myself as a Worcester artist or whatever. I'm just an artist. So I would like anywhere I go for people to be able to connect to it and understand it. And I think I'm starting to a little bit for sure, especially here, but I think it's gonna take a little bit more work for me, but I think there's amazing, talented people here and people are willing to work and people want to work not just in music, but in other creative scenes. So I think if everybody really just like said, nah, let's do something here, Worcester has untapped potential and amazing potential that, you know, nobody would even be able to say, oh, you get your stuff from here, you get your stuff from here, you know. I think in a couple more years, I think that's a real reality, so, or a possibility.
Word. So, that's the end. Wasn't too crazy. Wasn't too bad.
It was
right?
Smooth. I'm actually happy you asked because I've been meaning to get that off my chest.
See? But before we leave, I want to give y'all a chance to like let us know what's coming up next. Like, where can we find y'all? What y'all got going on? So I'm gonna give y'all that time to spit y'all stuff.
For sure. My Instagram is ronnietrill_. On that is linked to all my stuff, my music, my beat page, all that. So, there.
Trinakaye on all platforms, on all streaming platforms. I have links in my social media. And as to what's coming up next, I think I'm just going back to like the drawing board and going back to writing. I think writing I'm trying to get back into and tap into. So hopefully some more songs soon.
Bet. Okay. Well, this is a KNZ Media interview. Trinakaye, Ronnie. Hey, what's your artist name too? Benzo, also in the spot, you feel me?
Yeah.
I really appreciate y'all for coming through. Appreciate y'all giving me y'all's time.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Finna make it happen. We out.
Also, Afro Soul out on all platforms.
Boom. Afro Soul out on all platforms. What y'all talking about?